Hi, if you own a Panasonic Lumix G85 camera or are thinking about purchasing one and are interested in AC power source, I have some information for you. I recently purchased a G85 camera, which you see here, which thus far I'm very pleased with, but I'll leave the review of the camera to others. I was interested in an AC power source mainly to take long time-lapse photography, longer than a battery or a couple batteries would last. Essentially, I want to be able to turn it on and let it run all day. I looked into the Panasonic device to see if there was an OEM AC adapter, and theoretically there is, but after doing some searching and having some communication with Panasonic, it's not available, and there's no information regarding when it will be. So the Panasonic OEM device is not a viable choice, at least in the short term. So what I did to have an AC adapter is I purchased a Power 2000, which is this device here. Probably should have done a little more research before I bought it, but since I did that, hopefully I can save you some trouble. This device, well, first let me explain how it works. All right, so it basically has three components. It has a cord. Cord plugs in here and into the wall. Nothing complicated there. Then this is the adapter. Set the camera over here for a moment. Then the adapter plugs in to the coupler, and then the coupler plugs into the camera. Now, this is the battery from the G85, the normal standard Panasonic battery, and what you will notice is the coupler is mechanically the same as the battery. And how that works is that if you open the battery socket here in the camera, then the adapter plugs in right where the battery normally would. However, as you'll see in this device, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit because the cord comes out of the side rather than the bottom. I think that can be rectified. We'll get to that in a minute. Another aspect of this adapter that I was concerned about was the voltage. The output is 9 volts, which is a little higher than what the camera wants, based on the information in the Panasonic owner's manual. I had some communication with B&H customer service. I did buy this from B&H, and they were very helpful and assured me that this should work properly. One thing to note, just coming back to the Panasonic device, even though it's not available, it did have a price, which is $99.99. This was $19, so certainly there's a clear price difference. But what I will attempt to do with this device is to modify it a little bit by cutting it and moving the cord up so that it comes out of the bottom. This is very hollow, so I imagine that there's nothing inside of here but this a bunch of hollow space and this cord running down to the connectors on the bottom. So I will attempt to modify that. But before getting into that, there is another device which I did purchase. This is the HQRP device, which you can see here. This again was about the same price as the AC 2000. I bought this through Amazon. The voltage on this is a little bit better adapted to the camera. It operates the same way into an AC power source in the wall, and then this has a coupler that it plugs into. The coupler on this is a slightly different design and a better design certainly for the G85 camera. We'll just throw that in quickly. So that inserts just the way a battery would. Slides right in. You can hear it click. Then there's a little door here that the cord passes through. I won't bother to do that. But I have tried this, used it, it works fine. So just close that up. So the cable comes out of the top, or it could be the side for a different camera, but for the G85, coming out the top is good. So if you are in the market for an AC power adapter, this one, the HQRP, works fine. Going back to the Power 2000, as I mentioned before, I'm going to try and modify this, modify the coupler by rerouting the cord. So we'll do that next and see if it works. This is the device modified. As you can see, I've removed the back side portion here and also cut a notch in this corner. There's mostly dead space in here, which is what was expected. When I took the device apart, there was some caulk holding the cable down here to provide strain relief. You can see some remnants of that. Out of the box, the cable came out the side, as you will recall, which was problematic for the G85. With this notch removed, it's possible for the cable to come out the bottom like this. This should work well in the G85. When I'm done, I'll take some adhesive caulk and again apply it here so that there is some strain relief. So mechanically, this wasn't a tough thing to modify. Looks like it should work. So now let's try it in the camera. Okay, now that we've modified the device, it's time to try it out, see if it works. We have the Power 2000 adapter here, the modified coupler, and we'll put it in the camera and see if it works. So first we'll remove the regular camera battery. We will insert the coupler right in here where the battery goes. Hopefully you could hear that click. Fits in there just like it's supposed to. Got the little door here that will pass this cable through. The HQRP cable does fit a little better, but this works. And we'll close it up. Right, this thing remains open, but if you had it on a tripod, this would work just fine. Alright, so now we'll plug it in and see what happens. So we'll connect the coupler to the AC adapter and we will turn the camera on. And it looks like it works just like it's supposed to. You can see the image on the screen. Seems to be fully functional. So I think we can call this a success. So in conclusion, the HQRP adapter is probably a better choice. So if you don't have one or are going to purchase one, I would recommend that. However, if you do have the Power 2000 or a similar device where the cable leads out the side rather than the bottom, it is something that can be easily modified and made to work. I hope you found this interesting and maybe helpful. Feel free to drop me a line at nettlereef@gmail.com or visit the Nettle Reef website at nettlereef.com.